Hello, beautiful people. Please be aware that these are all my thoughts and opinions based on public information out there. Please do your own research, and this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm gonna do this video and I'm gonna leave it up to you to make a decision on certain things. Well, you always make your own decisions, obviously, but also to share as to why I'm so disillusioned with the royal family, the Queen, and why Meghan Markle gets away with everything she's been getting away. And the reason why Meghan Markle gets away with everything, it's called Harry, Prince Harry. But I'm going to tell you why. In order to do that, I'm going to give you a couple of pieces of information. You all know that I wrote to Parliament. I have a friend of, a very, very good friend of mine who's a Lord in the House of Lords in England. And he's the one who recommended I write to Parliament. He actually drafted the letter for me, the first letter. And the second letter was basically the same, and the third and fourth letter. I told you that out of those 4 letters, I received 3 back, telling me that all royal titles are at the complete and total discretion of the monarch, at the pleasure of the monarch. He gave me an example. For example, we all know the letters patent of King George in 1917, I think it was. It stated, if we go by that letters patent and what it says, Charlotte and Louis would not have the titles of Prince and Princess, respectively. But the Queen gave it to them no matter what. She didn't care about the letters patent. She gave them the titles, right? And there's already an existing letters patent that says that according to that letters patent, they shouldn't be entitled to have any additional titles. She didn't consult Parliament. She didn't ask anybody's permission. She didn't even care about the letters patent or anything. She just granted those royal titles to Charlotte and Louis, which is great. I mean, we all love them. Nothing about that. But this is just to show that the monarch can give and take away titles at will. She doesn't need to consult anybody. She doesn't need to get the Prime Minister involved. She doesn't need to get Parliament involved. It's entirely up to the monarch. So, this friend of mine, I talked to him yesterday, and he said, I was so upset I didn't want to make the video because I didn't want to be angry when I made the video. You all saw Prince Andrew being pictured going into Balmoral, not once but twice, right? Yet you haven't seen any other royals being pictured in and out of the castle. You haven't. Why? Because those photos were staged. Those photos were staged to send a very clear message to the world that the Queen is backing Andrew come what may. Now, from what my friend tells me, the House of Lords and Parliament have talked to the Queen's advisors and private secretaries and stuff like that, telling her that she should, first, everybody was surprised that even the House of Lords and Parliament, everybody was surprised that there was no formal announcement in regards to Harry. And everybody is also surprised that Prince Andrew hasn't been taken down from that site and hasn't been completely removed from his patronage or whatever. Well, this is until his name is cleared. They have had meetings to advise the Queen, that that cannot go on like that. And the Queen has ignored it. Now, for those of you who says the Queen doesn't do what the Queen wants, this is 2 cases when the Queen has done what the Queen wants. You know what I mean? My friend told me that everybody at the House of Lords and Parliament also are, they're very upset. They're angry, disappointed, because the monarchy has been dragged through things. My answer to him was the following: why aren't you guys doing something about it? Because Parliament does have the power. The Queen the monarchy in the United Kingdom is a constitutional monarchy. It's not an absolute monarchy. And a monarchy only exists until Parliament, the people, says so. So don't, for all of you who think out there, oh, the Queen can do, nobody can stop the Queen. Yes, they can. In fact, Charles I was killed, you know. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because if with that information, and I have no reason to believe my friend is lying because I don't think he would, you know, he was expressing how frustrated things are, how the Queen has been told to you know, that announcement that Andrew posted saying that it was only him, that they have monarchy, that was issued under a lot of pressure to the Queen, because they didn't want to issue any statements because they wanted to keep it looking ambivalent, as though the Queen was backing Andrew, or that them, you know, by you suing Andrew, you're suing the Queen. So they wanted it to be ambivalent, just like the situation with Harry and Meghan is right now. You know, that people wonder what the hell's going on. Why is Andrew still there when he's been accused of things? The police have said that they should investigate the situation, and yet nothing happens. And yet, I understand, please, I am not saying that. I have stated very clearly that I believe that Virginia Roberts is a liar. I think she's a criminal, and I think she's exploiting the situation. And I can understand the Queen as a mother saying, because if it were my son, and my son is being falsely accused of something by somebody like that, I will come out and say, I will come out fighting and defend my son, clearly. But the Queen, the problem that they have, and I think this goes to the fundamental thing, is that they don't know whether to believe Andrew. So they don't want to really come out and say it just in case it turns out to be true. You know, this is just my idea. But again, don't worry, I'm going to get to why Meghan gets away with this. Now, also what my friend told me from the House of Lords is that everybody's fully convinced that the Queen is being exploited and manipulated by the likes of Fergie. Yes, Fergie is seeing this. The reason why Fergie, first of all, is being super loyal to Andrew, this woman is divorced. She's talking about vows now, right? That she took when she got married. She didn't have those vows when she was screwing around with another man, when another man was sucking her toes in front of her children. You know what I mean? So this woman is a disgusting opportunist, in my opinion, who's exploiting. And this is the feel that my friend was telling me at the House of Lords have, that these two vultures are exploiting a very vulnerable queen, 95-year-old queen. Yes, she may walk. Of course, she has all her senses and everything to her. I'm not saying that she's senile or demented or anything, but it's clearly that at 95 years of age, when you lose your husband, and this is another thing that they told me, if Prince Philip were alive, you wouldn't be seeing this thing, because he would not allow Fergie to put, to step wherever he was. He didn't want, because she is a vulture. She is a disgraceful. And this is just my opinion. Let me know what you think. So this is also another thing that he told me, that the House of Lords, and everybody believes that Andrew and Fergie are exploiting the Queen and the Queen's feelings. It's a shame, because I understand the Queen, she's a mother, but it's such a bitch of a job that she also has to put that aside, and the problem we have when we are in situations when you feel empowered and you feel this, it's hard to let go. For all the bitching that everybody's doing, complaining about the monarchy, they don't want to let go of those positions once they're there. Harry and Meghan Markle don't want to let go of the titles, do they? So anyways, so here we go. So now we know now, from what my friend tells me, and I believe him, the Queen has been advised, or was advised, when March 31st came, to cut complete ties in regards to Harry and Meghan, in the sense of work. That a statement should have been put out saying, to make the situation definite. But she didn't do it. And everybody is baffled and angry about it. But because she's 70, 95 years of age, and the huge respect that they have for her, that they don't want to make her, I hate to say this, her last years, you know, painful or difficult, out of that huge deference and the fact that she just lost her husband and everything. And she's been so great. They don't want to push her on it. But that is causing a lot of damage. Not what Harry and Meghan are saying, but the fact that the Queen is refusing to act, to clarify that situation, because they know that situation is only benefiting Harry and Meghan and is bringing a lot of damage to the monarchy as an institution and to the United Kingdom. And yet she refuses to do anything about it. And it's the same thing with Andrew, because she was strongly advised to remove Andrew from the website, as well as Harry, and after, you know, Meghan and Harry is a given, but also to remove Andrew when he issued that statement, to remove him from the website until the situation was sorted out. You know, just leave the statement there, but remove him, at least remove his profile from that website and just have the statement there, you know. A lot of you have written to me and said, well, if they remove Harry's profile, then a lot of the things that he did for the Queen. I think that a lot of people are under the misunderstanding that it was Harry's initiative to do that, to go see those countries. No. Whenever Harry or any other royals, including the Countess of Wessex and stuff like that, they go to a charity or patronage, it's in representation of the Queen. It's like an ambassador. They didn't have diplomatic, they don't have diplomatic passports. They don't have diplomatic immunity. They don't have that. But they were representing the head of state. They're representatives of the head of state. So all those things that Harry did, you know, like, unless of course there was his private patronages and stuff like that, were on behalf of the Queen. You can still have those links there, those articles there, without having Harry's profile and Meghan's profile. They should have been, at the end of that year, at that year-end review, a proper communication, a proper statement issued to define the situation. Why do I bring this up? You know that Prince Philip's, they're doing a show about Prince Philip, and many members of the royal family are commenting on that, and they included Harry. And apparently, the BBC did it because the Queen asked for that. I understand that Harry was his grandkid. I understand that. But this is a man who actively made a decision, knowing full well that his grandfather was dying in the hospital. He made a conscious decision to sit down and allowed an attack on his elderly grandfather, dying grandfather, and his grandmother and the rest of the family, to the point that all the lies that they said there increased the level of threat. And all royals, to all royals. He made a planned and executed a decision worldwide to attack his grandfather's legacy, to cause more harm, to cause more stress to him, so he would die quicker. So, and to begin with, Prince Philip did not approve of Meghan. He never liked, and he didn't like Harry at the end when he died. He was disgusted by his behavior. So now the Queen insists that Harry be included in this, keeping him in the royal family's website, which is an official website, stating that he lives, his official residence, and listen to the words very carefully, his official residence is Frogmore Cottage in the United Kingdom. Harry himself has not bought a house in the United States, but you know, he fits the residence requirement, which is you have to be 183 days, I believe, consecutive, which he has. So he's officially residing in the United States. However, the Queen, the monarchy's website says that Harry's official residence is Frogmore Cottage, which is a lie, because he's residing is elsewhere. In order for you to have an official residence, you have to be residing there. So his official residence is not in Frogmore Cottage. It's in the US, California, to be more precise. He has clearly stated that he has no intentions of coming back because he's relieved to be away from England. He has stated worldwide that just thinking of coming to England, to the UK, causes him mental anguish to the point that he feels sick just thinking about it. So does that sound to you like somebody who's eager to come back to England or go back to reside in England? No, but that official website says that he does reside in the United Kingdom at Frogmore Cottage. 2, that he represents the values of the Queen, Her Majesty the Queen, and all the patronages that are there. That is also a falsehood. He's not representing the Queen. In order for him to represent the values of the Queen or the Queen, that means that he has an official capacity within the monarchy, which he doesn't. And yet on that website, it stated that him and Meghan Markle do. And now they include him. I understand his family. I understand that. But this is not a man who deserves to be included. And by including him on that website, again, it gives the image worldwide that he is part of the fold, that everybody loves. I'm sure they love him, but that he is part of the family and that he has the backing of the monarchy. And this is why Meghan is able to get away with everything, because her husband is being allowed to get away with everything. Her husband is still being included. The day that all of Harry's titles, and listen, royal titles can be removed. I already told you, can be removed by Her Majesty the Queen, by the monarch. All titles can be removed at will by the Queen. If that were to be done, and if a new laws for succession, which state that for only citizens born in the United Kingdom can be in the line of succession, and only royals residing, living in the UK can be in the line of succession, and that ex-spouses cannot use the royal titles, automatically Harry gets removed from the line of succession because he's no longer living in the UK. And one of his children, at least, was not born in the UK. So do you know what I mean? So the only reason why Meghan is getting away with everything, why do you think Meghan feels like that? Many people have said to me, oh, she's going to dump him probably eventually when she really sees that he has nothing there. I know that, for example, Harry's going to be with Jill Biden, which is another crook. And I'm sorry, she is a crook because she knows that her husband is absolutely senile, demented man, and she's covering up his condition, which is unlawful for the President of the United States. And she knows that, and she has known that all this time, and she's been covering up for it. So now she's going with this. These 2 corrupt people are gonna meet tomorrow for the Warrior Games, which is where Harry ripped off the idea of Invictus Game, which he has abandoned. And now I'm not even gonna get into the thing that they did in Archwell. I don't see it, but I read the news. And it is disgusting. I understand from some people in the United States that some of the people that were mentioned there, the dead people, you know, their family members are really upset because they found out that Archwell mines the details. So they're using the dead people to get others to click on their website to monetize it. So it is absolutely disgusting. They could have just done an in memoriam like everybody else in the world, but no. The reason why they put almost 3,000 names in there, so they have at least 3,000 people clicking on it, which means that they're mining the details of all those people and selling them. So some of the families there have actually are looking into suing them because they did not ask for permission to do that. You know what I mean? But again, this is Meghan's world. You know, in her mind, she can do whatever she wants. Why? Because she has been allowed to get away with everything. She has been allowed to get away with everything without consequences. You know, and a shout out that Stanley Tucci won over the monumental comeback interview that Oprah did. I mean, what do you guys think of it? You know what? In old days, families would kill the other family, whoever was in monarch. The monarch was never guaranteed to be the succession because they always had to watch their backs because another rival noble family wanted to take them. Maybe after, you know, the queen's passes, maybe it's time to put another family, noble family, on the throne. I'm thinking the Westminsters. The Duke of Westminster, he's a billionaire. Their family don't have ties with pedophiles, no scandals of cash for access. You know what I mean? No abusive, no, I mean, it's just clean because the House of Windsor as it stands, other than the Duchess, the Duke of Cambridge, and maybe Sophie, you know, and Princess Anne, there's just so much dirt to pick, you know. It's not worth it, I think. You know what I mean? But just in my opinion, it makes me really sad that the Queen is doing that. But Sarah and Fergie and Prince Andrew are completely exploiting the Queen. And the Queen is allowing it. And she's allowing Harry and Meghan to go on with this. The buck stops with her, for real. And Parliament too. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think.